All right, guys. This is like my third time trying to make this video because it's so hard right now. I got one thing on my mind that's like bugging me, and I don't have the answer to it. It's deep in our culture, in what's going on with our organization. It's why does that next man up concept not work in Dallas? Why does that next man up concept not work in Dallas? I mean, the last time it worked in Dallas, it was Jason Garrett. Am I right? But it just does not work out for us. Why is that? There's some examples going on in the league right now. I'm not comparing the players and their players are as good as our players. We lost some very significant players. I'm not down in that. But the Philadelphia Eagles, who we're getting ready to face, they lost some significant players. Some significant players. Not saying as much as ours or as big as ours or all pros or whatever you're going to say back. But on their terms, they lost starters. They lost people that they were coming into this season dependent on. They lost their free agent cornerback. They spent a whole lot of money on Darby that they were dependent on in their secondary. They lost their left tackle, who I'm going to say Tyron is much better 10 out of 10 times, but I can't take anything for Peters. They're pretty much on par if you look at it from an even keel. Hicks is a Cowboy killer. Middle linebacker for him was a Cowboy killer and an up-and-coming stud in the league. Lost him. And the last one also they lost, who a lot of people don't give enough credit to, is Darren Sproles. Last year when I was watching the Philadelphia Eagles, Darren Sproles saved Carson Wentz like 3 or 4 times. he literally saved him. And then on third down, he saved him several times in those situations as well. So I looked at Darren Sproles as a significant piece of that offense that was saving Carson Wentz. And when he went down, I was like, oh yeah, Carson Wentz going to get exposed now. They had smart coaching. And they got these other guys producing just like Sproles was producing. So it did not matter. We're not even talking about Sproles. I forgot about Sproles. You forgot about Sproles. And probably most of the Eagles fans forgot about Sproles because the new guys are now producing. You know what I'm saying? So you have those. And you have another situation with Minnesota, who invested in 2 possible franchise quarterbacks with Teddy Bridgewater and Sam Bradford, and lost them both. Don't have neither one right now. And they're rolling with Case Keenum. Not only that, they lost Dalvin Cook, who was their Ezekiel Elliott. He was going to be what Ezekiel Elliott was last year. He was going to be the rookie of the year, or at least the NFC, because of the rushing yards he was putting up. They lost him. Didn't miss a beat. I told Wifey, I said, your boys are probably going to the playoffs because I cannot see in my mind a player that the Minnesota Vikings will lose and they'll be out of the playoffs. You see what I'm saying? And then on the other side of the coin, you have teams like us. You have teams like the New York Giants, who lost Odell Beckham, and they're a totally different team. You know, that's what that team looks like without ODB, because all they were doing was just playing, hang in there ball until Odell Beckham catches a slant and takes it to the house and wins the game. That was their plan. That's what they were doing. And now you took Odell Beckham away. They've got pretty much nothing there. Same way in Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers was the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers is gone, and they're just scrambling to try to figure out what they're going to do. So we put way too much emphasis, as far as game plan, I feel like, in one position. Now, with us, I don't understand. If you're going to do that, that's fine, because you have a talent like Ezekiel Elliott, you got to use them. That's fine. But if you're going to have your entire game plan around this one guy and the things that this one guy can do, then why don't you have a backup that is close to this guy? You should have had your research department, your scouts, finding that next David Johnson in the 3rd round, finding that next Hunt, finding that next guy that could be a stud, that has all the tools that Ezekiel Elliott has, so we can use him in our offense the same way we use Ezekiel Elliott. Won't be as good, but the offense will still click. But you replaced him with a one-trick pony. And I don't want to talk junk about Alfred Morris, because Alfred Morris is a fine running back into what he in what he does. And I'll give you an example. I was thinking about it last night. If Alfred Morris was in Carolina and Stewart was in Dallas, Alfred Morris would be gut punching people in that offense, in that read option offense with Cam Newton. He would be gut punching people, doing what he do in that offense, because he would be playing that role. In our offense, if we put James Stewart as our number one back, no. They're just going to collapse the defense and watch for the gut punches, because he's not going to go outside. He's not going to be catching the ball out of the backfield. He's not going to be doing any of that other dynamic stuff. So the dynamic nature of our offense has been lost now. It has been lost. And I don't know, hopefully McFadden has something in him that we can get it back with him, that we can open this offense up and do other things and pass for our running back and all other type things. Maybe, 45 did make a couple of plays, so I'm still interested in seeing what he can bring to the table. But we don't have a stud in waiting. And if you can put that much emphasis on your running back, and if your running game is that much, then you need to have a backup. I'll tell you how it hurts us. Because I still say, people were saying the loss of Tyron, since it was so glaring, the loss of Tyron was the biggest. But I still say it was our running game. Because when our offense lost its dynamic nature, it allowed the defense to hone in on specific things, stopping Alfred Morris from going right here and coming to get the quarterback. So it simplified what they were doing tremendously, and they had far less to worry about on that eye. And then on our end, when we can't get those big runs on first down and keep the I don't know what I'm trying to say, the power on our side being in a good second down situation, a third and short situation with our running game. And that way our running game is controlling the game, and it's putting the offensive line on their tiptoes rather on their heels and having them blocking forward, which we do with Ezekiel Elliott. When we had Alfred Morris, we were put in the passing situations over and over and over and over and over, because we could not own the game with our running game. And when we're in our passing situation, that exposed that glaring weakness on the left side, who, again, we don't have anybody of, when we have Tyron, a good player, we don't have anybody of decent talent to back him up. We didn't have that swing tackle. And if this guy, if Chaz, someone said Chaz wasn't even a natural left tackle. If he's not even a natural left tackle, why are you having him playing left tackle? And if he's that bad, why is he? It's just so many questions that we don't understand. We do not understand why things happen. So like I said, when I gave Jason Garrett some props, then he comes back with keeping Chaz Green on the team for 3 years, with having a one-trick pony backing up your dynamic running back and thinking your offense is going to run the same. That's not smart, people. That's not smart. That's like putting Tom Brady in and calling plays for Michael Vick. It's not going to work. You're going to make Tom Brady look stupid. So I don't know what's going on with our organization. I don't know how we fix this, but this is something that's got me really with my hands up in the air. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing, and I need to see more of us to see if we're going to fix this and go the right direction, or if there's really a problem in Dallas and we're lucking up in players like Dak Prescott, and we're lucking up on players like Tony Romo, and we're lucking up on players like Sean Lee that are actually carrying our football team and not our coaching. That actually could be a possibility. All right, holla at you. I done rambled enough. Holla, peace.